Warren Dickins, Item Group Consulting. We've been in BI across a lot of domains for a long time, and we're moving forward with technology, moving forward with the newer players, the better players in the block, and that's primarily why we're working with Yellowfin now. And a lot of our product integration underneath that is pushing up towards Yellowfin. In addition, I think more importantly, because of the way in which the industry is going, which is more openness, more cloud-based, more overall integration, we find it a more friendly environment to actually do that with. There's far less barriers to actually roll stuff out and do the things that we want to do. In business, we choose not to be predominant resellers of products, simply because we consult a lot of our clients. So therefore, in that consulting process, we're not in a position where we're resellers or taking commissions. So therefore, we're more of the implementers, I guess, of these environments. Being the implementers, we've got to carry it all the way through and deliver the goods, and that's very important to us. So we don't treat lightly looking at the products in the marketplace, where they're going, what they're doing, and I think particularly with Yellowfin and its focus on the user experience is what has been left out of a lot of BI for some time. We can manage the data, we can manage the organisation, we can manage the client, which is what our part of the business is. But it's that user experience that drives BI, and that's the component that we're really looking for. We've deliberately built Item Group around a number of disciplines, and it's not just BI or data warehousing. And for the primary reason that today's business solutions have got to be pragmatic across a lot of areas. So we've been significant in bespoke application development in large organisations, and typically those that are very workflow based and very corporate specific, enterprise specific. We don't go to the open marketplace with typical systems. We deliver specific solutions in a specific environment. A new adjunct to our business has been systems integration, and that is the primary part of delivering point-to-point integration across the enterprise. We've actually been doing systems integration for a long time because a large part of BI is actually integrating with multiple systems, and the same with the applications. But we've not approached it from an SI point of view, essentially. Now we're taking that bottom part that we've been doing quite well for some time, turning it up the other way and making it a business leader for it. So we see that those three environments, that is the application development, information management and BI, and also the systems integration, work beautifully well together. And therefore we can often provide pragmatic solutions that don't just exist with one of those. I think quite often a lot of the solution providers sit back and say, well, you know, I'm an expert in one area or expert in this area, let's focus on those areas. And it doesn't quite work that way. You've got to bring in different disciplines, you've got to bring in different capabilities to work with the larger enterprise clients that we want to deal with. So I think that's pretty much where Item Group is at the moment. Also, I think there's an optimal size to service delivery businesses. And the service delivery side doesn't quite often come out of a small 5 to 10 company business, and it doesn't necessarily come out of 50 or plus, simply because it ends up having too much weight and inertia and everything else behind it. We have an optimal size and we want to stick with that particular size, which is around the 15 mark. And that's the primary purpose of the business. We end up with a very close-knit team. It's more like a family than a business, and with extraordinary capabilities across all of those sectors I just spoke of. And it hits the sweet spot, and therefore we can tend to be creative with some of the clients that we're dealing with and look pragmatically at the way that they should be solving their problem. Over many years of working with BI systems integration and applications, we've found that there's a lot of gaps out there in the marketplace. Some of those gaps have been filled by large products that are very expensive, takes a significant commitment from an organisation to implement, and with mediocre results in some instances. So we've actually developed a number of tool sets that have gone along the way to actually support the work that we do. So they've actually come out of the coalface to make those delivery points. Where appropriate, we're now taking those to the market. because they already are in situ and they work and they perform. And the financial BI one is probably a classic, I think, to be delivered. Recently I heard that Gartner had stated that every other segment has done very well out of BI. Sales, HR, and so on. What about finance? Everybody leaves finance behind. Well, it's a simple reason. Finance is not easy. It's not easy to do. And typically, all the reporting tools don't naturally address themselves to that because it is difficult. So therefore, we've dedicated quite a bit of work to actually maturing this tool that actually sits under that BI environment and drives that data up through Yellowfin to actually present it to the user to make it really simple to develop those reports. It's not only finance friendly, it goes right across the whole enterprise. And it's really a data-friendly tool to bring those key points together. I think over my years working in IT, I've worked for large and small businesses, and my choice now is to work for a small to medium-sized business because of the capability, because of the friendship, because of the loyalties, and because of the focus. And the same would probably go in the BI arena. It's quite refreshing having a business that you can actually talk to at all levels. You can see what they're doing, you can understand which direction they're going, and we can relate that back to our clients. So that component is very, very part of our delivery method and the type of business that we want to deal with. Strangely enough, we're now finding that as most applicable to the clients that we've got, and we're now finding that we're actually joining our clients as partners to both ourselves and to Yellowfin to actually complete that hub, to complete that union.